guys, let's talk about prepping for Inktober and Inktober in general while we watch me finish painting this sketch of Hampton Beach that I did last month. I drew and inked this sketch on the beach and I put a little color on it, but it was just way too windy to do any real painting, especially with the size of this paper. So I recorded this footage a couple days later, knowing I would definitely have a use for this later. And here we are using the footage. If you didn't catch it at the very beginning, I'm working on 100% watercolor paper by Kilimanjaro, sold by the recently defunct Cheap Joe's. I just learned they went out of business looking for the sketchbook online, and that makes me really sad because this is an excellent sketchbook. I really enjoyed using it, and I would have definitely gotten a few more had I known they were going out of business. And it was just in March of this year. Oh man, that sucks. I've lost one of my cheap cotton watercolor paper suppliers. Man, I hate when that happens. So let's talk Inktober, mainly my strategy this year, which will be my third attempt. I have not yet completed all 31 prompts or made it through the month, so we're hoping I might do better this year. If you don't know what Inktober is, it is a challenge created by Jake Parker in 2009. He really just wanted to get better at inking and get better at drawing every day, so he started Inktober, and it has since spiraled into this huge thing that kind of takes over the internet every October. The rules are pretty fluid. There's kind of just basically following the prompts given, and the idea is to draw in ink, use the prompt given for the day, and do one every day through October, so that's 31 prompts. But really, you can kind of make it anything you want. It's fine if you use color, you can do painting, you can use different prompts, you can do it faster, you can do it slower. They have an Inktober that runs, I think it's Inktober 52, where you get a prompt every week. I've mostly tried to stick fairly close to the idea of Inktober. For me, it's getting in the habit of doing a drawing every day. I have a lot of trouble with that, and that's a topic for a whole other video about drawing daily. I find with Inktober I tend to get burned out very easily. It is very difficult for me to draw every day. I think part of it is that when I sit down to draw, I tend to want to, especially with Inktober, I want to make a complete drawing. It's more than just a quick sketch or a thumbnail for me. I'm really trying to create a piece. Okay, well, the first year I was definitely trying to do a more complicated piece. I would say the first 2 years I was kind of overdoing it, and I wasn't making it through the whole month. One of the problems is the fact that it's daily, so you have to do it every day, and if you miss a day or don't complete it in a day, well, now you have double the work on the next day. Now you have 2 drawings or 1.5 drawings, and if you lag at all in that, now you've got 3 drawings, and it would just kind of snowball out of control. And by the time we hit October 31st, I'm kind of done. I could continue to do them, but I have this thing where if I fall behind, then I know I'm just going to continue to get more and more stressed. So generally, if I'm more than a day or 2 behind, which is what happened the first 2 years I tried it, I'm just not going to finish. I just understand that about myself, and it becomes a large focus, and I kind of want to do other things, and I'm just kind of burned out. I just burn myself out. That is the long and short of it. I burn myself out. There's a well-known anecdote you can find on YouTube. I've read it several times. I've heard it several times about a photography class in which the professor took half of the class and had them do 100 photos, and that would be their grade for the semester. In the other half of the class, he assigned them 1 photo, that their whole grade would hinge on doing 1 really good photo. At the end of the class, the best photos came out of the quantity group and not the quality group. And a lot of that just has to do with practice. As the old saying goes, practice makes perfect, and practice matters so much. And sometimes it's very difficult to get out of your own headspace and away from the perfectionism, which is my biggest crutch, and allow yourself to play, to practice, to try, to just get the work done. Not every piece needs to be an inspired masterpiece. You just need to do the work, and each piece of work you do is a brick in the wall of your house of artistic proficiency. I hope that analogy works. So really, every drawing you do, every piece of art is just one more step towards being a better artist and gaining more control over your abilities and being better at making what's in your head or what you see end up on the page. So that's my focus. It's a very non-romantic focus. It's a very workaday idea, but it's something that I definitely found was true with writing as well, because there's this idea in art that you have to somehow be inspired and you have to feel it and you have to get in that flow state, and that it strikes out of nowhere like lightning out of a bright blue sky, and you never know when it's going to hit, and that's when your best work is done. And that might be true, and in some cases it feels that way, but that only works if you have a good foundation of ability in the first place, and that takes day-to-day grinding. It just does. There aren't any skills in this life that you can't learn to do through hard work. And there aren't any skills in this life that don't require that. To gain skill, you have to put in practice, you have to put in work, and you have to be willing to deal with the downsides of it, the boredom, the lack of creativity, the frustration of being bad at it, of seeing your potential and realizing you're not hitting the heights that you feel you're able to do or should be able to do. To get out of the introspective weeds, that's my game plan for Inktober this year. I can't do it every single day. I just fall behind. I need a longer deadline. I'm just slow. I'm okay with that. I'm very slow. The other thing this has allowed me to do this time, because I think I'm, 3 weeks in? Yeah, this is the beginning of, week 4. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the beginning of week 4. So I'm in week 4 now. One thing I've noticed is doing it this way has allowed me to kind of go back and forth on pieces. I will sketch out a piece in pencil and not be sure if it's really what I want or if I want to ink it yet, and I can just move on to the next piece and come back, because I'm not doing it every single day. I'm not stuck in a more rigid work environment. It's kind of a weird juxtaposition here, where I am both making it more rigid and less rigid for myself. I'm making it less about creativity and more about getting the work done, and yet allowing myself more creativity. It's a weird thing. But everybody's different in how they find that balance. So for me, I'm lightening up on my deadlines a little bit, on how much I'm expecting of myself, and allowing myself a little more freedom to go back and forth on it. I have a bunch of prompts already written out, so I'm just going through them and just sketching out something, and then I might go 2 or 3 more sketches before I go back and ink them all. I might go back and change something. I may go and do one every day. I may spend 3 days on one of them and then, whack out that second one at the end of day 3. It's kind of weird. I've done 2 in one day. I've done 1 in a couple of days. So I'm taking that flexibility that Inktober offers, and this is how I'm doing it. And so far it's working really, really well. I am looking forward to actually having it finished. Whether or not I have Inktober finished, we will go over that probably the first week of November. I will bring out all 3, so many, of my Inktober sketchbooks, and I'll go over it with you. So that's my prep work. I kind of wish they came out with Inktober prompts like a little bit earlier than September, but I would really like a couple of 3, maybe 4 months to work on this stuff. But what can you do? You gotta have a limit somewhere, right? So that's my plan. That's what I'm working on right now, and I will try to get videos in around them. I actually have to do one of my Inktober's today, so I'm trying to get this done and get my video edited together so I can upload it and then get to that Inktober and get it done. I hope you enjoy the rest of this speed paint of me getting this Hampton Beach thing done, and I will see you guys next time. And if you haven't tried Inktober, I highly recommend it. If you're at all artistic and you want to do stuff, Inktober is great. It's a lot of fun. There's a really big internet community for Inktober. There's, on everything, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Oh God, it's not Twitter. You know what? I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't want to call it X. It's Twitter. It's on TikTok. You can find Inktober everywhere. There's a Reddit forum for it. Everywhere you can find stuff about Inktober.
it's just a lot of fun, and I highly recommend everybody try it. So, you know, you've got time. You got a few days. Why don't you give it a try? Maybe you'll be better at than I will. I don't know. Probably. So I will see you guys next time, and I gotta find a catchphrase to end these with. I really do. And I haven't found it yet. I feel like I need like a tiny intro too. I don't know. I'm working on it. I really am. I'm working on making these shorter as well. I really need to make these videos just a little bit shorter. Like, they're kind of obnoxious. I'm always looking for like, is there a good like 5 to 10 minute video to watch? Because they make really good timers for things. Sometimes they'll just put some herbal tea to steep and then go watch a YouTube video real quick. But it's getting really hard to find short ones. So I'm going to work on trying to make my videos a little shorter and a little more succinct. We'll see. But give me time. I'm working on it. And I'll see you guys next time.